We live in a twilight world. There are no friends at dusk. So let's do a quick recording, shall we? As I've got a spare 10 minutes on my hands. So I just came across this tweet here. And it says, Ukrainians face cyber attack. In Ukraine, hackers begin to distribute a file containing a thumbnail image mentioning the Southern Operational Command, which then leads to information being stolen when opened, according to the state special communication services. Okay, this is a classic thing they do. This is all part of the grand deception, okay? This is where the term misinformation came for. So apparently back in World War II, the British had a whole kind of like Enigma coding machine and whatnot. And, they were, doing messages in code and whatnot, thinking that the Germans obviously couldn't break their codes. And they soon realized that somehow the Germans had got hold of, well, they'd learned how to decipher the code, and they were reading the messages. So what the British cleverly did, instead of quickly like panicking and rushing around, changing the coding and whatnot, they deliberately used this to their advantage. They deliberately sent out false, inaccurate plans so that the Germans would get hold of it. And this is where the term misinformation came from. They were deliberately giving out misinformation. Now, of course, everything I just told you, that's the history they want you to know, okay? What I'm going to now say is all of these plans that are being leaked is because none of it's actually happening. Like this story here from the Kiev Independent. It all gives the illusion that there's going to be some massive southern operation, because I know they're talking about a 1 million man strong southern counteroffensive in Ukraine, and it ain't going to happen. But to create the illusion of it happening, they have to accidentally leak plans, do what they've always done, set up like a ghost army where they'll get like a large body of soldiers together, and put them purposely in a place where potential observers, such as people that might consider themselves either spies or even on the side of the Ukrainians, will take pictures of them and then spread that propaganda. And, they then become useful idiots. And they spread the story of something that never actually existed. Okay? It's very easily done when you think about it. It's almost kind of very, very clever when you think about it, but it's also very simple and dumb when you think about it as well. And I don't know how how to get away with it. So all of these leaked, I don't know what it is. What did it say? It was a leaked thumbnail image. This is deliberately getting leaked. They want as many people to get hold of this as they can because it gives something for people to talk about, And the unbeknownst fools that have, signed up to military service in either Ukraine or Russia, this will be like the secret getting whispered around right now amongst the troops. Oh my God, have you heard about this? Have you heard about this? And of course, all of it was always false from the beginning, So yeah, it's a classic one. Leaking false information. In fact, they do that with every PSYOP. Okay, yet again, I now have to be careful with the language I'm going to use, but they did it with the scamdemic. They're doing it with the constant underlying conspiracy theories with the scamdemic. The same people that are telling you the needlecraft, the jabby is safe and effective, are the same people that are also supplying the conspiracy theories that you're going to get blood clots and that people are dying and all that kind of. They're feeding both sides of the stories. This is what they do. This is misinformation. It might have started on the battlefields of World War II in the hoax of World War II, convincing people there was a war, but the same tactic can be used on any PSYOP. Okay? 9/11. Every conspiracy, they love it because it obviously creates a Hegelian dialectic, division, and yeah, they love it. They love it. So it's the same principle, okay? They're giving out misinformation on purpose. It's never an accident. The leak is deliberate, okay? Because yet again, pull it back. Take several steps back and look at the big picture. If this was a genuine war, do you honestly think either side, the Western-backed Ukrainian side or the Russians, do you honestly think they would talk about their plans out loud in any form? Okay? And even if they did, what would they logically do? They would try and throw the enemy off. It's simple psychology, guys. You're not just going to tell your enemy on a public platform anything. If you were going to do a massive southern operation in Ukraine, you would start making out you were going to do an eastern operation in Ukraine, right? This is a game you would play, okay? This is standard, basic military tactics. And I can't believe that the average Joe Normie doesn't get that. As he waves his, Ukrainian flag, he doesn't realise he's partaking in the psyop. But anyway, my little rant's over. We live in a twilight world. There are no friends at dusk.